Hi guys, Ryan here. Welcome to the live webinar. We just made it and it's 3 a.m. here in Munich, Germany. I hope you're doing fine. We just waited a couple of minutes until for everyone to show and join us. Let us know if you're watching this live webinar on YouTube or on the webinar link page that we sent you. If you are watching it on YouTube, make sure to go to the description below, click on the link and watch it on the webinar page because there are a lot of features on that page that are time dependent, and at some point during this webinar they're going to be available, and if you're watching this on YouTube you're going to miss all of that features. So I think we are good, we can start. I would like to say welcome to everyone. This is the pre-sale launch of SolidWorks Course Pro, and we are very excited to share with you our knowledge on how to start working with SolidWorks and step-by-step move toward being a professional, certified professional. We are going to give you a complete mind map. Most of you know me from either YouTube and my website in the past 3 years. My name is Aryan Fallahi, and together with my friend Ali, who is sitting in the back. Ali, you want to say hi to people? Are the creators of Course Pro.
Hi guys, I'll be in the chat, so if you have any questions, just drop it by. I'll ask Ryan for you guys. Thanks.
During the webinar, I will present to you some valuable content, and Ali will take care of the chat box. So if you have any questions, just drop a message. He will answer any questions or bring to my attention anything we should talk about. But before we get started, let me give you a quick overview of how this event will go down. First, I will be giving you this overview, a quick background about who I am and why you'd want to listen to my methods on modeling, assembling, and taking online certification exams. Then we'll be discussing the 4 biggest problems I see that keep beginners from successfully creating a strong foundation when they start working with SolidWorks that fails them when they try to create complex models. Then we will be sharing with you 11 fine tips that I bet at least 6 of them are new to you, even if you are a pro, that helps your modeling enormously. Then in about half hour, I will explain to you what SolidWorks Course Pro includes currently and what it will include once completed. Remember, this is a pre-sale, which is an early launch due to high interest that we are getting during the production of this course. We are releasing it sooner. The course is not finished yet, and we will open up the shopping cart to allow for the first 100 people to join at the 50% off pre-sale. We will give an extra discount for the live webinar viewers. That's why I said watch it on the webinar page. So stick around until the end. Ali will also be sending out email at the same time with the link for the people who are out of the webinar, or in case you get kicked out of the webinar, so you still get the email with the link, so you could just use the same advantages of the people in the webinar for the next 12 hours only. This offer is limited, and for the live webinar, only for the next 12 hours. Okay. Then while those first 100 people are signing up, we will have a Q&A session at the end of this webinar to answer any lingering questions you guys might have. So without any further ado, let's start. Let me just go open my channel. You might know me from my YouTube channel. I've been there since 2011 and posted a lot of videos that gathered a lot of attentions. This one specifically got 1.3 million views when I posted it. It was right after when I took the CSWP exam, which was not easy to pass, but at some point I did pass it. And it was in 2011 again, certified SolidWorks professional. And then I posted some videos on YouTube. These 3 specifically got about 2 million views and got really big. And it, most importantly, it got my attention, and I realized how important it is to teach the things that I know and how people are interested to learn those stuff. So that's why I'm here today to talk a little bit more about that. Just a sec. I remember there was a time on YouTube where I could search for a topic within 6 months time span and get the exact same results, because nobody was really posting anything about SolidWorks specifically, just a couple of videos about bolts and nuts. Then I posted another tutorial and it got further until where we are today. I also have my own private website. You might know that already. It's for members only, where I post weekly tutorials on a weekly basis for the past 2 years for my members. After I had this website, this got my first official cooperation with Dassault Systèmes SolidWorks last year and made me their official SolidWorks Research Associate. Throughout these years, I have helped a lot of members and peers to take their CSWP as well as CSWA exam and pass it. Help them learn about add-ons in SolidWorks such as sheet metal and weldments. And now I'm sitting here to teach you some cool stuff. Now, where I am today is the result of taking every step and teaching everything there is about this software myself through trial and error, and combination with teaching it to others through so many years of making tutorials on YouTube and the website that I just said, getting feedback from all users from all levels, beginner to professional. I have a very good idea about where people struggle. I could tell you what I would have done differently if I was teaching myself back then, because I say this without any exaggeration, almost all of your problems in SolidWorks used to be mine when I started. And I have been reminded of that on a continuous basis thanks to your feedback throughout all these years from all these platforms. So now I'm gonna go over some problems which a lot of SolidWorks users face regardless of their level they are on. And after that, I will give you the solutions to these problems and some more special tips. Number one is, if I show you, number one is, where do I start? The idea of learning SolidWorks is to create a clear mind map of the sequences and the correlation between the tools, syntax, and capability of the software, which of course is summarized into where do I start. To you I say, I was in the same boat when I started. I know you cannot chew it in one bite, and it has to be broken down into pieces. The issue for most people is they don't know how to break it down. There is no sequence to follow. You'll have to create one. What to learn first, what comes next, what comes after that, and so on. So your creativity is the limit, and I will tell you exactly how to tackle this issue. Number two is the common problems for everyone. If you can ride a bicycle, you might as well remember how you started. What would you say is the biggest thing that can go wrong when you're trying your bike for the first time? When people try that, they either lose their balance to the right or to the left. So just like that in SolidWorks, when you're working with SolidWorks, I know exactly when you're going to struggle and how to pass that. Mostly the problem is drawing on planes and understanding the concept of 2D sketching, which is the foundation for a lot of people. I know this is number two. And lastly, number three is basically not problems. I thought I would give you some cool tips, 11, if you are not a beginner anymore, excuse me, and introduce you some cool tips that I'm sure at least half of them are new to you. So let's get started. Problem number one, when you start your SolidWorks, if I close this, this is what you see. Just like any other software, just like any person, me included, when you open a new software, everything looks overwhelming. You get a lot of icons, a lot of buttons, a lot of symbols. Some of them are similar. You don't know if this one is the same as this one and this one. Why do you have three of them? Some of them are a little bit different. It's overwhelming. Just like think about a new game. When you play a new game for the very first time, not all the features usually are unlocked. You're going to have to unlock your map, you're going to have to unlock your tools, you're going to have to unlock the steps into the game. And you start very, very simple into the game. The difference with SolidWorks is everything is unlocked from the first go. So it can get overwhelming. And the key to get over that overwhelming phase is to know where to focus first, what to add on next, and build on top of that. This is what I have mastered and I'm going to pass to you. So basically what I tell my students when they start for the first time is to ignore everything they see and just focus on the most basic important stuff they have to work with. So first thing first is these two tabs, Sketch and Features, which are like toolboxes with different tools. And over here, these two Manager tabs, Feature Manager and Property Manager. Everything else is hidden. Don't focus on that. We have a design tree which you add, or SolidWorks adds automatically everything you do as a design history in a chronological order, and we go over all of that. Number two, as I said, is the most common problem that people have, and that is not knowing how to start and how to take the first step. Look, you're going to create models in SolidWorks. It doesn't matter if you're an engineer, if you're an industrial designer, if you're a CAD modeler, whatever it is. It's just a software. It does whatever you want it to do. And it has a logical sequence to follow. And where most people struggle is they forget at least one or two of these steps. And what makes it worse is when you forget these steps, it doesn't show you, it doesn't tell you that you have forgotten it. Everything looks normal and natural. You think, okay, it should go well, and at some point you face an error and it gets frustrating. So let me put it this way. If you are to draw something, what do you need in real life, not in SolidWorks? First of all, you need a canvas, a blank piece of paper, something to draw on, right? So you get that, then you need a drawing tool. Do you need a pen, pencil, whatever? You need a drawing tool, then you draw. Now, SolidWorks is the same, but it goes a little bit further because you can create 3D. In SolidWorks, your pen is a plane. So first thing first, choosing a plane is critical. It sounds easy, but believe me, if you're a beginner, you're going to make this mistake, especially if SolidWorks is your very first CAD software you're working with. So you choose a plane, then you should activate the 2D sketch, and then you draw your base sketch, you pick your drawing tool, and you create a 3D geometry of your 2D sketch. So let me put it in a short, very quick example. A lot of people see a model and let's just say they are going to create something on top of this surface, the black one. They go to the sketch tab, they see the drawing tool, okay, fine, it looks good, it's not grayed out. They pick it and they draw a circle, everything's fine, the circle is on top of this black surface, very well. And then they happen to move their model a little bit and they get shocked. Oh, the surface or the circle was not on top of the surface. The reason is the plane was not chosen or the wrong plane was chosen, and this is where most people struggle. So for that, you're gonna have to follow the sequence. To recap it, choose a plane from here, activate the sketch, pick a drawing tool, look at it perpendicularly, which is not a point, but you should do. Draw it, exit the sketch. Now you can go to the Features tab and create a 3D geometry of that. Okay, so we don't want to get into too much detail on this because it can get very deep. The beginner section is always the lengthier section because you have to go slow. You cannot just talk so fast and introduce everything at once. So I don't want to stop. I don't want to go further on this point. We're going to stop and move to the next one to give you some cool tips on how to improve your modeling, which is the most fun part. Just a second, guys. Okay, so I'm back and I want to give you a tip that I am sure a lot of people don't know. It's about trimming tool. When you are drawing in SolidWorks a very, very messy 2D drawing, doesn't matter what, let's just put something random here. And you're working with trim entities here. Usually it's set on power trim on default, which is a tool that allows you to trim your entities when you drag your mouse on them. So let's just say everything is going perfect so far, and I was actually planning to trim the entities that I just trimmed. It's going well until this last one, this one in front of my mouse on the left. It should not be trimmed, but by mistake, my hand just moves to the left and I cut it. So what do? Most people have to Control Z, everything goes back to square one, and you're gonna have to start from the top. It could get frustrating, especially if you're working on a fine sketch and you don't wanna do that. The trick to do that is, to fix this is, let's just go all the way, and this last one, we just cut it by mistake. I'm still holding on the left click on my mouse. I didn't let go. And you see a very tiny red square somewhere along the cutting path here. If I carefully walk past or drag my mouse cursor back that square, that last entity I just trimmed will pop back on, and I see the previous square, and I can keep going back to the point where no mistake was made. So this is a tip for undoing a trim in SolidWorks. Now, let's just go back to our 3D space mouse. The last point is instant 3D. A lot of people don't know what this option does. If you activate or deactivate it, nothing looks different, but actually something happens. So I told you you need a plane to draw your sketch on. Just like that, you can also use a flat surface, but let's just not get carried away. We have a flat surface here, and I'm going to draw a random sketch on it and rebuild this sketch. Now, without going to the feature tab and picking any feature on that, I can click on this sketch, and if I drag it outward, it will add volume to this object, and if I drag it into the object, it will cut a hole into that. So this is the effect of instant 3D. If it was not activated, I could have not done that. It might have been more common knowledge than the previous tip, but the next one is gonna knock your socks off. This tip that I'm going to tell you is so valuable. Most professionals that I know told me after 16 years of working with SolidWorks, they didn't know this trick. So you have two arcs or two circles, and you're going to define the maximum distance between them, which is from this point over here to this point over here. Usually you go to your go-to tool, which is Smart Dimension, you pick the circle, and you pick the second one. The problem is, on default, Smart Dimensions sets a value from center to center, right? And we don't want this. What I used to do was to put a point on these two locations, use Smart Dimension, and pick these 2 points. It works, but why go the extra step? Very easy. Hold Shift on your keyboard, use Smart Dimension. Now, if I pick my circle, I can assign the max value between them. I can also assign the mean value. So that was the tip. And you can do max to min like this. All right, next one is to create a new plane, which is usually have to be achieved from insert, going to reference geometry and click on plane. But the easier way would be to select one, hold the control key one, drag this one a little bit, and easily you would go to create a new plane. The next tip is mouse gestures, which a lot of you might know, but you didn't know that if you hold the right click on your mouse, if you didn't know you could hold the right click on your mouse and move it a little bit, you will get this menu where you can actually customize. If you go here to customize, go to mouse gestures. You have 4 customizable wheels where you can just drag one option out, find an option that you want, replace it here. So if you're in the sketch mode, these are the 8 options you get in part. This, assembly, and drawing have their own options. You can also adjust the number of gestures you can have in each wheel. If you want to work with 12, you can. If you want to work with less, you can also do that. 8 is perfect for me. Next one is actually, just a sec, switching between line and arc, which is a very helpful tool when you're drawing something very quick. You don't want to just draw a line, go back here, draw an arc, and then go back to line. Just, you can draw a line, go back to the last point you dropped. This tool will turn into line automatically, or curve. You can switch back to line, switch back to curve, and finish your drawing at one go using only one tool. Now guys, when you work with linear pattern or any other pattern in the feature tab, it will be added into the design tree here, and you can add it later. But when you're on the sketch tab and you're working with the linear sketch pattern, let's just pick this entity and create some pattern, 50, and create more of it. Doesn't matter, or let's just put an angle, 45, so we see it better, and click OK. You see it here, that's it. Nothing has been added into the design tree, and you don't know how to edit that. The fastest and best way to edit it is to just click on one of these instances. You will see the line properties over here, and existing relations shows that you have used pattern. So if you right click here, you can edit the pattern and just recreate that. A lot of people don't know this, and it could actually cause a lot of problem for you. So let me just quickly go to assembly and give you one last tip. I'm gonna add this random object here, and I'm gonna create a duplicate of this. Now, you know, in order to combine 2 components together in the assembly mode, you're gonna have to use maze over here, but there is a better way to do that. I'm gonna hold Alt on the keyboard, select this circular edge on this hole, because I want to use this circular edge, and place it on this one, the other circular edge. If you do this, automatically SolidWorks assign a mate, and these 2 are now concentric on the circular hole that they have. The trick is, while you're holding Alt on your keyboard, let me just Ctrl-Z undo that. While you're holding Alt on the keyboard, you're going to have to pick the entity that you are going to use if you were using mate directly. So if I wanted to put this circle on top of the other circle, I had to use mate and then, use mate and then pick this edge and pick the other edge, right? So instead of that, hold Alt, pick this edge, drop it on the other edge, and then it's done. Good. Just a sec. Guys, by the way, if you have any questions, just feel free to type it in the chat box. I'm sure Ali is answering your questions. Now, going from a beginner to a certified professional on your own is like going through a maze by trial and error. After all these years, I can walk back the maze and draw a clear mind map for a lot of people to follow and get where I am much faster than I ever did. So since I have gone this path back and forth for more than a decade and helped many students to get across this, I can show you the exact way you don't waste your time ending up in a dead end. To make this course, we wrote down everything we knew it was necessary and important to learn, and I started sorting them out according to their importance. Correlation with each other, complexity, and availability throughout different SolidWorks licenses, because some features are available only in certain licenses. Then we organize them in a logical manner and section them into beginner, intermediate, and professional to help people who purchase this course to understand A, before we get to B, so there will be no jumping. Every time you start a new topic in this course, you are rest assured you have learned the prerequisites to that subject, so you wouldn't get lost. After you reach a professional level, you can take on the CSWA and CSWP to get officially certified by SolidWorks and put that badge in your CV if you want when applying for a new position. I know each of these 4 sections are complicated on their own, therefore we went down a further step and broke each segment into 3 subsections of part, assembly, and drawing. So starting easy with slower pace and longer videos, of course, in the beginner section, and moving faster, shorter videos as you move toward the professional section of the course. What we made is basically something like a Google map for you, showing you the fastest route to being professional in SolidWorks without getting stuck, and you still get to see all the iconic buildings on your way there. It took us about 1,500 hours to make the first 50 videos that we are launching, and 10 hours of content in this course, and I reckon we have another 1,500 hours left for the second part of this course. And this is because we focused on making each video to the point and meaningful, and we cut all the dead space and fluff out of the course so you get pure value out of each lesson. Let me show you what we have inside the course. So the course is divided here. You see we have different sections. This is instructions, how to work with the course, how to join the private Facebook group that we have, where we support and moderate you, back you up if you have any questions. And we have beginner, we have intermediate, and we have professionals. So we are launching beginner and professionals in these first 50 videos only. And you see beginners has part, assembly, drawing, just like intermediates, part, assembly, and drawing. Where in beginner section, we start easy. We broke down the interface, we talk about navigation and shortcuts. Then even though this is the basic topic, we broke down sketch into part 1 and part 2, just like features, part 1 and part 2. We go very slow, so you add on top of your previous knowledge. You don't get lost, you don't get overwhelmed. Then we move on to telling you from the first go how to diagnose any error that you face, because believe me, you're gonna face some errors, and it's important and crucial if you're gonna learn the software right. Nobody teaches you this. What kind of error are there? Why are you facing that error, and how can you prevent it in the future? And most importantly, if you faced it by any reason, how can you solve it? How can you find it, and how can you solve it? Because SolidWorks doesn't necessarily tell you where the problem is. It just tells you there is a problem somewhere, and it's crucial for you to know where to look and how to solve it. So when we go to the intermediate session, on top of the new topics that I teach you, for example, Hole Wizard was not in the beginner section, we also dig deeper into the same topics that we covered in the beginner section. For example, we did have part 1 and part 2 for sketch, and here we enter part 3 for that, and we go into much more detail. And since we know learning always comes with practicing, so to make sure that we're not leaving you alone, let me actually show you what we have. To not leave you alone, we are giving you 2 very important bonuses that you can see here. If you go to section point 5, you see 2 important bonuses. The first one is a Tiger Tank tutorial. It's a 2,100 pages of tutorial that we made. You can see all the parts, and it's for the people who purchase this course. This tutorial alone costs $200, and when you purchase it, when you purchase the course, you get this for free. It comes with it. It has every single step written down with screenshot of the property section of the SolidWorks, with the steps where to click, what value to add, and so on. It goes for all the single components, and it goes for the assembly as well. The second bonus is an access, a 1-year full access of our SolidWorks tutorial library, which cost $120, and you can get 1 year access to that. These tutorials come in 4 sections of product design, techniques, pro tips, sheet metal, and weldments, which we just newly added, and we're about to add some customized profiles for download. All right. I need to drink something, and let me see. All right, guys, so to make sure that you will practice and help the course, we are offering these two on top of that in the price of this course that we are offering. A lot of you asked this. We are launching it at $447. It's not the only course, but also the bonuses that are just announced. You can see it here. I'm getting hang of this OBS. It just switches back and forth between the pages. All right. If you have any questions, guys, to this level, let me know because the shopping cart is now open. The price of the course, after long time of discussing and evaluating the value that we are offering, we knew the value it really has, but the price was too much, and we knew many people cannot afford it. And to make it more affordable and adjust it according to your buying power, we did not set it at $2,000 where we evaluated it. We set it at $1,157, which is the price for the full course. And since we are launching the first half of the course, it is only fair to cut the price at 50%. Now, to give more value to all of you who are watching this webinar right now, we cut down another $160 on top of that 50%. So you can get it for $447. If you're not sure, if you have doubts about this, you can still get it.
I'm sorry, I'm gonna stop arguing there. It's 497. There's
sorry, okay.
There. Yeah.
Okay, 497. And if you're not sure, there is a 30-day money-back guarantee. So you can get it, check it for yourself, see if it's for you, because it's not only the price that matters, $497. I said $447, right? I lost the track of my mind. Oh, yeah. So if you get this is important. If you get this course now at this price, half price, we are going to add 1 to 2 videos every week to finish the course, because the professional section of the course is still left, and we are releasing it due to high interest that we had during production. Now, if you get it at this price, the rest of the contents you will get for free. This is something that we said is time dependent, and you should actually take advantage of it. So I'm here now for any question. I know Ali has answered a lot of it, but let me go through the questions while the people sign up. And yeah, I hope that was good.
Perfect.
Yeah?
I won't join in there, but I'll
Sure.
just read some of the questions that are in the chat. Basically, Christopher was asking, I'm an industrial designer. I'm currently fluent in Rhino 3D. How would the transition to SolidWorks be? Learning curve, etc. I'd love to learn SolidWorks to expand my CAD experience.
Chris, hi. I saw your email earlier. I am no expert in Rhino. I tell you one thing that I'm sure. If you are going to start a new CAD software from scratch with no prior experience in any other CAD software, it is always a challenge, and we assumed the worst, which is the case if you have no prior experience for this sequence in this course. If you have experience in any CAD software, your learning curve is much shorter and faster. You can get to the level where other people with no prior experience have to spend months more. I don't know how to put a number on it, how to put it into values, but I can tell you that you will have less difficulty learning SolidWorks because the concept is still the same. The tools might be different. Again, I'm not a professional in Rhino, but the tools vary. The interface is definitely different. Obviously, there are some sequences that vary too, but the concept of drawing, creating a 3D geometry of that drawing, all of that will help you, believe me. It's like switching a gear. If you're working with Canon for years and you want to switch to Nikon, it's much different than a person who has never touched a camera picking one. I hope I was clear on that.
Okay, thank you for that. Next question is, does this course give any certificates at the end? I did answer this in the chat, but let's get your opinion on there as well.
All right. So the certificates will be handed out by 3D Experience, which is part of SolidWorks Dassault system, SolidWorks, and we are not allowed to issue any certificate. What we do is we prepare you for the exam because especially CSWP and also CSWA, it's not about what you know, it's about what you know and how well you know it, because the challenge with these two exams is the time that you have. You will be given a task with a very limited and short time, and you're going to have to come up with the right answers, which is tricky because they know the typical mistakes people would do. They will put the almost right answers into the four answers, and a lot of people make that mistakes, me being one of them, and they issue the certificates themselves. No, we do not issue certificates, we prepare you for the exam.
That is all correct about the CSWP and CSWA exams, but I think he was also asking if us, when they complete our course, we will give them any certificate. And the answer to that is yes.
For finishing the course,
exactly.
yeah, definitely. I thought you were talking about the...
Yeah, so for the official exams, you have to do the official exams through the SolidWorks website, and you will get the official certificate through there. But for completion of our course, you will also get the certificate.
There is a certificate that you have finished this course, attended and finished it, yes.
Yeah. So there was a bit of confusion about the 1-year membership of SolidWorksTutorials.net. I think it would help if you just repeat that section again and just mention that basically purchasing our course, the full 1-year membership of this site, everything is included in it.
It is. So look guys, this is a $120 membership, the cheapest price actually. If you want to pay monthly, it's going to be more. And it will grant you access to all these product designs that you have. You can see how it is structured. Let me open one. I'm not logged in here, so I cannot show you all that. It shows you exactly what you should draw, what you should click on, what value you should enter. It's a step-by-step tutorial. Some of them are text plus image, some of them are video plus text, and you have to pay $120 to access all of these tutorials. When you purchase this course, this is included in that. You get a 100% coupon code that grants you access to all this. So basically it will be free of charge for you.
Okay, thank you for that. So,
any questions about the tank, the tutorial? No?
The Tiger tank, I think that was quite clear.
Okay.
There was just one question again about the price of the course. People thought that it's 447 minus 160.
Right.
That is again not correct.
that was 497, right?
Yeah. So let me just maybe I quickly explain this. If you go on the webinar room itself, there is the offer that's now open there, and the prices are showing. So the pre-sale price is actually 657, and the special live webinar offer where we're opening it for 12 hours right now is minus $160, which is $497 for the full course, for the full 1-year membership, for the Tiger Tank, our community, our mentorship, and so on and so forth. It's all written there, so please have a look. And one other thing that I wanted to also mention is that Aryan did clear this out, but I know a lot of people are joined now, and that is that this is a pre-sale launch. That means we have a 50% of the course with this price point, but we have planned over 100 videos and over 20 plus hours of basically content, and that is all included in this 497 price. So you don't have to pay us anything anymore after this one-off purchase.
That is true. It's a lifetime membership. It's a one-time payment.
Yeah.
And on top of that, as I mentioned, you have the 30 days money-back guarantee.
Yeah. One last thing, I see someone is saying, where do you buy this membership? So I posted the link to this webinar page. I will actually, let's try to walk in here a bit. Yep, so I added the page to this webinar page to the chat. And as you can see, you can just click on the green button and it will take you to the checkout directly. And this offer is available for the following 11 hours and 16 minutes as I can see it right now. I will send out an email. You will get the replay of this webinar as well. If you want to sleep on it and think through it, please do so. If you have any other questions, please get in touch with us. And yeah, that's from my part. Any other questions in chat? Okay.
No other questions?
There's still people in the group. Let's see. So Norman is asking one-time payment except for the monthly membership that expires in 1 year, right? Basically, this 1 year offer that we're giving to you is for the whole whatever we post through that year. So you don't have to pay anything extra about on top of that for the SolidWorksTutorials.net membership.
Yeah, so basically, if you want to extend your membership on the website, which is having access or keeping your access to all these tutorials that we keep on a weekly basis, you're going to have to pay only from the second year, which is $120. But for the first year, you don't. And you can just cancel your membership within the first year or immediately after you joined, so you won't get charged on the second year. If you wish to continue, sure, you can just continue it, and that will be another $120. I think there was another question I just saw.
Yeah, one other question says, can we buy this tomorrow? Yes, so basically our course is launched now at the pre-sale level that it is right now, and you can purchase it from now on any day that you would like, but the offer of the live webinar discount for $497 is only available until tomorrow 3 p.m. and the time is shown on the webinar page. So if you were willing, if you want to buy it, please make sure that you do in that time. Otherwise the price will be increased and the discount won't be applied to you.
Was that all, or are we getting new questions?
We're getting some stuff. Will that content be available after the year is up? Sure, this is actually an interesting topic. We can look into this. So I think it will make sense that people who sign up to the course and have access to these tutorials, they can download it actually, and you can have it as PDFs for yourself. So yes, you can have access to those.
Sure. You want to also, I don't know if, did we get any questions about the Facebook page? You want to mention anything about the Facebook page?
Yes. Let me just follow up with these two questions,
sure,
and then I'll do that. So there's another question saying that, please send me the post recording. I joined 15 minutes ago, but the countdown clock was ticking. That's absolutely fine. You have 12 hours. I will repeat it again. You have 12 hours till tomorrow 3 p.m. After we stop this live webinar, the replay will also be on this page, so don't worry about it. We will send an email out as well. Another question from Mike says, how do you access the membership once purchasing the course? So the instructions of this are already in the course. So after you purchase the course, you can just, we'll give you a coupon that will take 100% of 1 year membership off, and then you can go to the website and just put your detail in. Very simple, very straightforward. Someone says, if that's the case, count me in, my friend. Norman,
Thank you for that great motivation boost for us. I will actually look into the offers that we've sold right now, and interesting enough, 3 people have already purchased, so 97 people only available, and that means we don't have 100 people anymore. So please, if you're interested in the course, think about it and purchase as fast as you can. I would also mention, because of time differences, we're currently doing at 3 a.m., but Europe will wake up tomorrow morning, and that will even mean that if they see this webinar replay on YouTube or on web page or something, they might beat you to it. So if you're interested, do it, purchase it, and then if you don't like it, you have the 30-day money-back guarantee. Just contact us, no questions asked. We can return whatever you purchased. Any other questions?
So if there is no more question, you can just quickly and briefly talk about the Facebook page and the advantages of that, because I think we didn't emphasize on its importance.
Oh yeah, good thing you mentioned that. So yeah, Facebook page is actually, personally, is one of the best parts of the course, I would say. And the reason is that when you join our course, we will give you access to a private Facebook group as well. And this private Facebook group is where me, Aryan, and other SolidWorks professionals in our team will be answering your questions directly. And apart from that, you have access to other students. You can give us feedback directly. So if you don't like a video, you think the content is too fast or too slow, you can directly tell us, and we can update it for you there or answer your questions. We will post contests, we will post discounts, we will post partner deals when we have them. You will get announcement through these Facebook groups. Additionally, on the course itself, we also have comment sections, so you can comment on each specific video if you have a question about it. So basically, I make it very simple for you guys. We want to make a community out of this SolidWorks Course Pro, and this is what we're trying to actually achieve. And I think the Facebook group is one of the best places to do it. Yep, and basically the access to Facebook is free, is a part of the course, and everyone will get it.
You will get a password and you can access it, sure. All right.
Let's see.
I think.
So Arthur is asking, I have learned most of what I know about SolidWorks from your videos. Thank you. Is there a lot of info on assembly included in the course?
Is there a lot of, did I get the question right? Is there a lot of info about assembly?
Yes.
Oh yes, absolutely. So if I go back here so I can show you where is, doesn't matter, just say it. Each section from beginner, intermediate, and professional, each of these parts contain assembly as one of their fixed and most important sections. In the beginner section, we just scratch on the surface of assembly. We ease into the subject, learn how it works, how it looks like. In the intermediate, we dig deeper, and in professional, we go all the way in, and we'll not only learn how to use each of these tools, but we'll learn when to use them, what to use and what not to use, because there are situations where using the right tool could be crucial. Let's just say in the CSWP exam or any other project that you have. It's not only about exams and certifications. You want to start and finish your project in the fastest way and in the most efficient way. So knowing the right tool could save you, even if it's a couple of seconds, a lot of time, because you're going to have to use that small trick that could save you a couple of seconds, maybe 1,000 times within 2-3 months. So that could end up and result in hours. Yes, assembly is covered and is a fixed part of this course, definitely.
Okay. Okay, there's another question.
Sure.
They are asking, okay, let me just, this is quite a long one, let me read it. Oh, it's Norma. It says, question, my struggle is the difference between multi-bodied part and assemblies. Does this cover this in the program?
Absolutely. The multi-body is covered in the intermediate section, and the difference between multi-body modeling, which is very useful, you're going to have to learn it if you want to work your way up to the professional level. I could have not skipped this session, and it is definitely there. You will learn when to merge your results, when to create different bodies, the difference between a solid body and a feature, definitely, which is a very common mistake a lot of people make. So I put it into the content of the course.
Okay, perfect. Someone is saying, what about creating new parts inside of an assembly?
Yes, it is also covered. I'm not sure if let's just quickly look at it here. I'm not sure if I put it into the curriculum of the professional section or the intermediate, but it's definitely there. I believe it is in the professional. Yes, it is in the professional section, and it is covered to know when to do it, when to save it as an external file, when to save it as an internal file. Again, guys, anything, all the questions that I have received so far are necessary. They are not like something like a bonus, nice to have. They are must have, and we have included all of these questions into the course.
Perfect. Someone is saying, sorry, I'm so green. Will you show me where and how to purchase this teaching package? I basically posted the checkout page. You can also come on this page and click on the link. It will take you to the same page. If you just click on the link, Aryan,
this one?
Yes, that one. They can see the checkout page. Yeah, exactly. This is the checkout page, and you just put your email and your details, and you can complete your purchase. This checkout page will only be available for, I think, 11 hours now. So yeah, let us know.
Guys, one thing that I would like to add is about the course, how it is structured. You see each section, beginner part. At the end of each section, we have a project that contains all the topics that we have covered in that section. So you learn 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 10 new topics in the beginner, and we use all of that. We created a project to recap whatever you have learned, to make it fixed in your mind. It goes at the end of each section. So you see you have final project for the part, final project for the assembly, just like in intermediates, you have final project here. And on top of that, you get, if you open that video after you see the project, you also can download the contents of that project. You can download the drawings, you can download the SolidWorks files, and so on. Let me just show you one as an example. So you can see all the files are here in step. If a drawing is needed in a different project, the drawings are there. So you get all the contents for download as well.
Thank you. This question came up. I'm sorry I skipped it once. Someone is asking about already members of SolidWorksTutorials.net. So for example, champs or gold members, and they want to see if the $120 will be deducted from their price.
Absolutely.
And what is the coupon code? Maybe I take that question.
Go ahead.
Yeah, obviously you guys are a part of our community already, and of course you'll get this extra discount. The way we do it is you need to just send us a message, an email somewhere with your name and email address that you use for the membership site, so basically for SolidWorksTutorials.net, and we'll just send you back the coupon code directly. So as soon as you do that, I'm up all night to do that. And someone else is asking, actually it's the same person, Andre is asking, is the access to the course material lifetime for further future reference for CSWP?
Yes, you want to take that question?
Sure, obviously yes, it's a lifetime membership. You pay whatever the price point is now, which is, I would say, is the lowest with our live webinar discount, and this lifetime membership will be for you forever. You can access it on your phone, on a tablet, on a computer, at any time of the day, forever, and you will get access to all future content for free. So all the tutorials will be posting on SolidWorksTutorials.net, during this time, all the case studies we might be doing, all the new projects that we'll be adding, all the new videos, all the new sections, and all of that will be free. So yes, it is a lifetime. Okay, let's see if there's no other questions. Then I think we have spent quite a lot of time, and I'm more excited to send this webinar, the replay basically, to everyone, to their emails, so everyone has an equal chance of getting this offer and our special discount in time. I will give another maybe 5 minutes if anyone else has a question. I know 12 people are still watching the live webinar, so please let us know.
Guys, by the way, while we are waiting, if any one of you wants to have a sneak peek into the course, let me know. I can just go here and give you some sneak peek.
Yeah, why not? Why not just play a video for them while we wait?
Sure, why not?
I would say do the project of intermediate. That's a very nice project. Honestly, I'm
Which
new to
one?
SolidWorks
There are
myself,
3.
and yeah, that one. I would say I was the first students for this course, and honestly, it is very well designed. Kudos to Arya. It does take you completely
Thank
from
you.
absolute beginners.
Thank you.
Yeah, I would skip to the sections where you actually build the parts. So these basically are the way the tutorials look like.
So this is a project to create a meat grinder with all these components, and at the end of the intermediate assembly project, we will learn how to assemble it together, and we will learn how to create a steady motion out of this. So we could just actually drop a ball into this and simulate the gravity, for example. This is, for example, the top part where you learn how to work with loft. We have here, by the time you're watching this video, you have learned how to work with loft, how to work with guide curves, the do's and don'ts about that, and here is kind of a recap for you.
Perfect. Someone is asking, will the content be available offline? So if by content you mean the videos, currently the website that we host our course on is called Kajabi. So if you at any point in your email or on the page or something see the logo Kajabi, don't be alarmed. This is our website. This is the website, the tool we use to host our content and to give you access to the website and so on and so forth. At the moment, they don't have a way to watch videos offline, to download them. However, all of our text lessons, all of our tutorials on SolidWorks can be viewed offline. And you can also watch it on your phone. So the only thing you need will be access to an internet connection. But I do know that they are planning to have an offline feature soon going to be added. But this is again from a company called Kajabi, so we can't really give you an ETA on that basically. Okay. One more question is, will you show us how you draw in assembly? I can see how to do individual parts, but not how to draw in assembly.
I can show you, but this not at this in this video, because this is part of the course, and
Exactly.
it is in the professional section where you can create a new part in assembly, because there are 2 ways you could draw in the assembly mode. One would be when you're creating a new part, and one would be you are drawing as a general drawing. That drawing does not belong to any specific component in the assembly, and you're using that drawing or that sketch only as a reference for your further steps if you want to use it as an entity in your mate. So this is the second possibility that you could use, but I cannot do that in this video because we have prepared this. Here I have to start a new project and show you. I can do that on the YouTube channel.
Yeah,
Sure.
Exactly. So if you are a part of the course, then you can just reach out to us directly in the community for Facebook and so on and so forth. If not, just reach out anyway. We might post a free video on YouTube and so on and so forth. Norman says, sounds good. Thanks, guys. Night. Thank you, Norman, for joining SolidWorks Course Pro.
Thank you, Norman.
We'll be in touch shortly. Just drop us a message on Facebook or our email if you need help getting started with the course. I think that's about it. There's only 10 people watching. I know a lot of you might be just joining, and if you are just joining, this is the end of our webinar. You're a bit late. Don't worry, I will put a replay of the webinar on this page on YouTube and send it to your email. So don't worry at all, you can rewatch it. Our special live webinar offer is still valid for another, I think, 10.5 hours now. I'm not really sure.
Probably.
But yeah, I think that's it from us. We'll just say goodbye here, I guess, right?
I guess. Guys, thank you very much for your time. I hope you enjoyed it. Again, thank you, and I will see you later. Let me know if you have any questions. I'm always available by email, info@solidworkstutorials.net. Don't hesitate if you have any questions about the course. You can just slip on it and ask us later. See you later.